guys. Welcome back to another edition of Max and Nikki 1000th Time Reactions.
Today we're going to be listening to Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles.
I mean, we've heard this so many times.
Sure, very much so.
But we love it.
More than 1,000, thousands of times again, as usual. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to say this is our 1,000th time listening to Here Comes the Sun.
And we still love it.
Sure. Before
Let's
we get
see
into
if we'll
it,
love it as much on this 1000th time.
Sure. Before we get into it, just want to remind you all that we have another channel called Max and Nikki on which we perform oldies, jazz standards, and songs in that vein.
And there's some comedy videos on there as well.
So check that out. But in the meantime, let's get into it. Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles, written by George Harrison, with George Harrison on lead vocals for our 1000th time.
You sound like a radio DJ right now.
Here on Max and Nikki 1000th Time Reactions, here on KLX Berkeley 90.7 FM. Anyway, let's go on.
Let's get on with the song.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. But here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
Classic tune right there, guys. It's so good.
Classic
it's
tune.
Such a great tune.
You know, I've heard it so many times, but I don't think I've ever listened to it with that much focus on the individual parts.
Well, I think you're
before.
also listening to it in a different way because this is the 2019 mix, actually.
That is very true.
We're listening to 2019 mix, in which we have not heard 1,000 times. I don't think that would have been possible for us to listen unless we were just had it on repeat all the time since 2019, which isn't that long ago. But there's a lot of interesting things to note here.
Sure.
I mean,
some
just
synthesizers going on.
I mean, I think I want to say the Moog was a Moog synthesizer.
Is it Moog or Moog? I don't know. How do you pronounce it?
I always call it the Moog synthesizer.
I've heard it pronounced Moog, but it is Moog.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that was a thing a lot of musicians were
Experimenting
with a lot at this time. There was definitely, I think there was in the very beginning, there was this slide whistle, I believe.
Right, and it started.
It started over here and it went
kinda
down
went
over
all
here,
over.
like panned over, which is
Sure,
interesting
that
from your
was
left
really
ear
cool.
to your right ear.
Very
and I
cool.
don't know if I have a feeling that was something new in the 2019 mix.
Sure,
It
I don't know if they
seems-
had that kind of capability in the late '60s. You know,
Right,
They
I don't
probably
think-
didn't actually.
No, yeah.
Or if anything, they probably did it. Yeah, I mean,
Well, they can do it in this sort of. They could do it in a. Maybe they can figure
Maybe
out
they could
a
have
sort of a artificial kind of
Sure,
way.
yeah.
But
very cool. There were so many things going on that I'm trying to remember everything that was going on.
what's interesting is, first of all, you got to give it up for Ringo Starr. He's got some real cool fills going on there. You know, the part where it goes, "Sun, sun, sun, here it comes." You know, it keeps repeating that part for a while.
Sure.
But
It's
what's
good.
cool about that, that part keeps repeating, but new things are added each time to
Sure.
kind of keep it fresh. And there's either some, synthesizer stuff going
Some
on.
hand claps.
Hand claps are added.
those the hand claps were actually doing almost kind of like an African music rhythm. It was going. It was, or
yeah,
maybe
right.
like a Bo Diddley kind of thing. You know, it was like
Right.
dun da da, or something like
it was
that.
like da 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 da. I think it
Right,
was doing
something
kind
like
of a
that.
thing.
Yeah, very cool.
And the way it kind of the hand claps kind of the way they end right back when you get back into the verse, it kind of really propels you back in there.
Sure, this
which
is
kind of cool.
It's
And
funny. This
also-
song is actually one of those songs that we like. Just whenever we pick up a guitar, this is one of the go-to songs to just play on the guitar.
Well, you can kind of noodle around with this kind of song,
Right,
I guess.
it's-
But
yeah, when you're
also
doing a
on that
sound check
part
or
where I said that they keep repeating, just take a note of Ringo's fills there. That's what makes him one of the best drummers of all
Sure,
time.
yeah,
I think.
they're very good. I mean, just there's a lot going on in this song for what is a relatively short song, and got to give it up to George for writing one of the best Beatles songs of all time,
And what a kind
probably
of
one of the top 5 most popular Beatles songs.
and what a kind of universal. Kind of, lyrically, it's very universal to kind of understand and the feeling of it, which is, here comes the sun. Let's bring in the light. And it's a great song for summer. I
Sure,
gotta say.
although we are winding summer down a
Sure,
little bit.
or a
I
great
mean,
song for spring, even.
Sure.
And in the wintertime, you can put it on and makes you think of the summer and that lighter days are ahead.
I see it slowly melting.
coming.
Yeah. But it's a great song. George definitely did write some of the best Beatles songs. And we'll get to some more of those in the future. But until then, this has been another edition of Max and Nikki 1000 Time Reactions. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and
That's right.
ding that post notification bell to find out about more reaction videos from us, Max and Nikki.
And keep tuning in for other episodes of Max and Nikki 1000th Time Reactions.